And you're on.
Good morning. Happy Thursday, everyone. I am so excited to have Tina here from New Image. This is so exciting. Thank you
I
for being
know.
here.
Thank you so much for inviting us.
You're welcome. So, I want to start a little bit just about yourself. Tell us, really who you are, what you do, and kind of how you got started with New Image.
So my name is Tina Paden. I'm with New Image Primary Care. I kind of dually work with Michonne. I am their marketer, and then I do all of their digital content creating.
I love Michonne.
I know she's she's a great lady. She's a great provider too. And so I got started with them pretty much right as they started opening. They were just got done with construction, and they needed somebody, and I was the gal for the task.
Nice. So, you run their marketing department, basically.
Yep, I do all marketing for it, whether it be their Facebook, whether it be promotional events, public events, things of that sort. Anything that you see online, I've created for them.
Very
so
cool.
Pretty much start to finish, everything in that capacity has came across my desk.
So, as I know, that means you're running crazy around town all the time.
Yes, definitely. But it's a good crazy because we're providing a great service to people, and it's a really big need in our community, especially with when COVID was going on, people were booked out 6 months. So to be able to offer a same week appointment for people's wellness was great.
Yeah, I feel like even now, wherever you call, everyone's short-staffed and everyone's struggling. So it's nice to have someone who can get you in faster than.
Yeah, definitely. When we first started, she was seeing maybe 7 patients a day. We had a good day if we seen 7 patients, but we're at 20 every day now. So she gets in your room by 8 o'clock, first patient, and she does not leave until 6 o'clock.
So tell us a little bit about what exactly New Image is.
So we are primary care, and our provider is Michonne Newman. She has been locally practicing and taking care of people in our community for 15, almost 16 years.
She's amazing.
She is amazing. So she is an FNP-C. So she's not a doctor, but she is a provider. She will take really good care of you.
Yeah.
Which to me, it's no difference. Everybody always
No.
gets tripped up on the doctor to nurse practitioner thing, and Michonne is as best as they come.
Agreed.
Yeah, she's personally my provider, and she does great. And so we kind of focus on all around wellness. So we have a bunch of different programs that we integrate into your primary care as well, that we're kind of able to be a one-stop shop.
Yes, let's talk a little bit about those different types of things that you provide outside of maybe the normal just doctor office.
So we do same-day visits. One thing with Michonne is she is super adamant that she does not care for her patients to go to urgent care or walk-ins and things of that sort.
She'd rather have you come see her.
Absolutely. So she would rather you come to us, try to get in same day, and we will fit you in. She will make the time for you, which is a big thing because a lot of doctors' offices do not do that, or providers.
Yeah, most of them don't.
Yeah, unless you have a bodily injury, please don't go to the hospital. But
if it's a 911 emergency, just start there.
If you broke your femur, please do not come into our office because we will have to redirect you, and you probably shouldn't be driving. But, if you break your finger, you have a migraine, things of that sort, cold, you can come, or flu, you can come in, get a Kenalog shot, same day, things of that sort.
I think with her, it's almost a sense of home. She's
definitely.
just that kind of person. She comes in, takes that time with you, and really, you just immediately have that feeling with her.
Yeah, she's super personable, which really makes it matter. She has great bedside manner, which is very rare in my opinion. I've seen a lot of doctors, and it's not always the most common thing, but
especially now, everyone's in a hurry.
Yeah,
everyone's in such a hurry.
And that's the biggest thing with us is that you will have your allocated appointment time. She's not going to be in your room. MA is not going to come in, check you in. She'll be in your room for 2 minutes and then she leaves. That's not our vibe. That's not. We care about quality patient care, which is super important. A couple different things that we have there. We have Slim Solutions, which is a weight loss program. You could do it for a week, you could do it for 4 weeks, you could do it for 3 months. Each one has a variation of price as well as what comes with the package. Right now we're running a slim down for the holiday special.
We should maybe just show that
ad.
Sorry, Jeff.
It's okay. I'm ready.
So I kind of chuckled when I got this picture. I was like, woo, all right. We are showing holiday pictures. We're in. But it's pretty cool. It's eye-catching for sure. Good job on the marketing.
Oh, thank you.
So this is what you're talking about.
Yep. So this is the 4-week program. So with Slim Solutions, it's a medical weight loss program. You'll come in once a week. Initially, you will see the provider. From there, it's a nurse visit for 3 weeks. Occasionally, you'll get Michonne. She likes to pop in and see people's progress, and we'll do a complete tracker. Every week that you come in, you'll receive a shot of medication that will help you with your weight loss journey. And then in that program also, it includes the diet plan with caloric intake, and then also fasting recommendations, and then also a free drip immune booster. So IV therapy
Very cool.
drip.
Is there any certain weight amount that you need to specifically want to lose to get into this program, or it's just based on really what you're looking for?
So it's based on kind of what you're looking for. So you can't have somebody that's, 5'7", 115 pounds come in and be like, I really need to lose 10 pounds.
Right.
So you do have to get blood work done. There are certain boxes to be checked prior to starting the program, which in my opinion is great, because we're not going to give it to you if it's not medically necessary, or if it's not fit towards your lifestyle or your health.
So it's really based around a healthy weight loss program.
And any weight loss, if that's what you're looking for, is healthy. There's no ideal image, but there's no ideal image of what you should weigh. And none of us at New Image think like, oh, well, you have to weigh this amount to be healthy. It's what fits your body, and everybody's different.
Well, and I think, sometimes as women, we are very hard on ourselves with
Absolutely.
weight and don't always find the best way to lose weight.
Right.
Fad diets, I mean, everyone's done them, everyone's tried them. Or, extreme workout and something you can't make a lifestyle change of. So I feel like your program is really based around a lifestyle change and getting you to where you want to be and helping you stay there also.
Absolutely. And one thing for us is we have a variation of size women, and we are at all women clinic currently, besides our echo and ultrasound.
But you do take men, right?
Yes,
Okay.
we do take men. And
Just
that's the
making
thing.
sure.
We do take men. It's for both male, female, whatever you prefer.
All women is because you guys are all women in
Yes,
the
we
office.
are an all-women clinic,
Gotcha.
like in the sense of our staff, and we all come in variation, size, shapes, color. And I always tell people, just because you're skinny doesn't mean you're fit. Just because
Right.
you're skinny doesn't mean you're healthy. And I
Yeah.
think that's a misconception a
Yeah,
lot
that's
of the
true.
times is you could weigh 120 or 110, but doesn't mean you're healthy. The same way,
Yeah.
vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might need to gain weight at 110.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's always a misconception within, our
business.
And do you help with that
Business.
too, like to help gain weight also, or is it just lose weight?
If it was medically necessary that you needed to gain weight, Michonne would absolutely
gotcha.
approach that situation with you. With this program, it only is for weight loss,
Okay.
just because it is with medical, or it's with
Direction.
medication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's talk a little bit about our community food drive. You have that picture,
Yes,
Jeff?
I do.
So it was pretty cool to get asked to kind of team up with you guys, as well as many other businesses in town, to collect food for our local food drives who just were not having enough, right?
Yeah, definitely. We partnered with about 9 companies, and then we also had companies that weren't drop-offs that, participated as well. You guys have been a huge help to us.
Very exciting, very proud to be.
I know, it's so great. We did our first pickup the first week of September, because we were initially only going to do it August to September. And then we were working with River Cities United Way, and they were like, you guys did amazing. Can you please push it out into September? So we went ahead and did that. The first pickup we did, it was nearly 1,000 pounds of food. You guys
So
were so helpful.
exciting.
Yeah, it was great. I was shocked. And it worked out really well, because we went and dropped off, and right after that was that giant storm.
So, what she's really talking about, the fact is there's a lot of different places in town that you can continue to drop food off.
Yes.
And we'll work through that through the rest of the year.
Yep.
As you know, the prices of food and the economy right now is just, people are having a hard time. So what the stores, I think, used to have extra of and used to probably do a lot of donations of is just not happening. So locally, for sure, here we are feeling the pain of that.
Absolutely. And a huge part of it too is, we have the students that they used to get like supplementary SNAP, and then they would also get sent home with meals, and now that's not an option.
not doing that,
So they're
yeah.
struggling even to make dinner. So when I was talking to the woman from the United Way, she said our main focus is like meals, like dinners. So pastas and easy things that you could add, tuna or very cheap alternatives that are
Yeah.
still healthy to create like a filling meal.
I didn't even really process or think that side of it. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know, but prior, the school has provided lunches for free for all students. And that's really been maybe, I want to say the last 3 or 4 years. It was a while
it's
that
been a
program
while.
happened. This year, that is not happening. So lunches
Yeah.
are not provided for every child in the school anymore.
Yeah, and so and even with dinner, they were doing the drop-offs. They'd have the bus when like they were shut down. They had the bus go around
Yeah.
and do that. So it's definitely made an impact in our community, and our hope is to kind of be able to help offset that as best as possible because the food banks are just drained. There's
Yeah.
not enough food in the community, and just donating the. And this sounds terrible, but when I was talking to the woman, she had said, people are just used to donating the things in their pantry that expired or aren't good anymore, and it's not really doing it because people don't even have the food to add to those to make the meals, and that's why our main focus was like the pastas and the, spaghetti
Cans of
sauces
chicken and
yep,
the
yep.
tunas and
Yeah, definitely.
So, community, just so you know, anytime you want to find out anything about any of the drop-off places, or we are always there. We have our used lot and our new lot that both accept food and will throughout the year.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
All right, let's talk about, let's pull up the next one, Jeff. The
Okay, you
next
got it.
picture. We have the pulmonary function testing, I believe.
Nope.
Oh,
that
that's
is
the echo.
Yep.
Wow, let's talk about that.
Okay.
All right. So with the echo, it's an echo and ultrasound, and we're offering it to our patients who are established as well as the community. That's one thing. Like when we initially started, it was just with our patients, because they were already established with Michonne, and so then she would be able to give the results, and we can go through insurance, things of that sort. Now we're offering it to the community. It would be private pay, and if you were not an established patient, we're able to fax those results on over to your primary. So it is a third-party person that comes in to our office. Everything's regulated still, and we still
Yeah.
make sure it's top-notch. And they'll come in and they'll do an echo and ultrasound. The main purpose of that is to be able to monitor your heart function and see how they're doing, see how blood flow is, if there's a possible chance that you've ever had a heart attack, if you've ever, had a blood clot or DVT, anything of that sort. That kind of touches base on that, and it's for the complete study. So
Well, and you can do that here in town. I mean, a lot of times you're sent, to Vegas or Phoenix or, and then you're 3 months out.
Yeah.
So it's very nice that this is an option.
yeah, and I know that we have cardiologists locally that will do them, but if you are constantly having heart palpitations and you feel like you've had heart attacks, which it's common, it is,
Yeah.
or or
Probably
panic
more
attack.
common than we think.
Yeah, definitely. It's surprising the amount of times people have an echo or something of the sort done, and they see like they have past signs of heart attack, and
Yeah.
heart health is super
So
important.
this gives you an option to kind of get ahead of the game.
Yep, absolutely. So you can come in, you can get your echo done, your ultrasound done. They'll take care of you. They'll check your old ticker on out and get you taken care of.
That's good.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good thing, and it's nice to be able to offer that. It's just another added bonus with our primary care.
Yeah, I feel like, kind of this idea around new image and having so many different options that you guys are making available to the community, whether you are a patient or aren't a patient, is pretty big and kind of
Yeah.
what sets you apart from some of the other offices.
Absolutely. And that was our main goal with New Image, is we're creating a new image of what healthcare is supposed to look like. Nothing,
Yeah.
and no shade towards any other doctors or providers or anything in the community, but we want our patients to be able to come in, be taken care of by Michonne, and have everything done in-house as much as possible, or be sent the proper referrals to go see specialists and have them taken care of in a timely manner.
Oh, timely matter.
Yeah.
That really
That is-
matters because I feel like
It
everything
is.
nowadays is just like, oh yeah, they'll call you. So you wait 3 weeks to be called, and then you're out. Your appointment isn't for 4 months, and you're just
Exactly.
like, well, now I'm dying. So
Yeah, you're like, great, my leg is broken off now. So exactly, and that's a big thing, is waiting 4 months to see a specialist, which, I mean, it's not their fault by any means. It's just how it is right now. But
Yeah.
waiting 4 months sometimes does not work. And people that don't have a PPO and they have an HMO and they have to go get referrals, and so they have to wait 2 months to be able to see their primary care for the referral, and then
Yeah.
3 months to see the specialist. It's a lengthy
a lot.
process, especially when you think that's like someone's grandpa, that's someone's loved one. They might
Yeah.
not have the time.
Here's a
Yeah.
question. Do you guys provide or do you take most insurance companies?
We do take most insurance companies. The most common question I get asked is if we take access or state insurance, which we currently do not take.
Okay.
But we take VA, we take Medicare, we take Blue Cross Blue Shield. There's a very big variety, and so you could always give us a call, and then our front desk, our MAs, whoever will answer the phone, and they will definitely
Have
let
an
you know.
answer for you.
Yeah.
What is
Cool.
the phone number that they would call?
It is 928-299-2588.
And where are you guys located?
We are located at 2580 Highway 95, Suite 201, which is across from the Circle K on Marina. We're in the Colorado Plaza upstairs.
It's such a beautiful
It is.
facility.
Yeah, inside and out. I love the plaza. It's super nice, but we definitely tried to keep the aesthetic of the office as homey as possible. It's a little farmhouse, but yeah, it's clean, it's nice, and you don't wait a long time, so it's nice.
That's good
I
you said
like
that
it.
because Judy had a question. She says, I don't see anywhere any information on this provider. I would like to call.
Yeah,
So gave her
definitely.
the number. I actually gave it to her in chat as well.
Oh, thank you so much.
Nice.
You're
Thank
so
you,
sweet.
Jeff.
And then now we have this one that we talked about that we're going to bring up earlier. So we kind of went it backwards. It's okay.
Yeah, sorry,
Let's
Jeff.
talk about it.
So this is for a PFT test. It's a pulmonary function test. We offer it to our patients as well as to the public, and that is to monitor your lung function. So it's pretty much like a machine. It's weird, but it works. But you blow into it, and it measures like the strength of your lungs. It's ideal for people that have asthma, have been exposed to secondhand smoke. They even say that people that have had COVID or it's good for them to get pulmonary function tests. And it's really just to make sure that your lungs are in good health and that they are at the right capacity.
Yeah.
And-
Well, and I assume if you're feeling any reason to need a test like this, it's better to know sooner than later maybe what's going on.
Definitely. And everybody has a different lung capacity length. There's an algorithm that goes into making it up and not making it up, but creating the ideal.
Regulating it.
You see a lot of people with oxygen, like an oxygen tank, and they're getting oxygen.
Yeah.
Would this be a test that would indicate that you would need oxygen, more oxygen?
Yeah, so if your blood does not have enough oxygen in it, obviously you can get very sick, you won't be able to breathe, things of that sort, and then also just your oxygen supply within your body. And if you did this, it would say, okay, your lungs are only working at 35% capacity, 40% capacity. We might need to try O2 on you and see how that goes and see if it can bring up your supply and, your function.
Oh,
Wow.
I know.
it's a lot.
That is
So
a
let's
lot,
go
yeah.
over just kind of, what sets you guys apart again, just to remind everyone, why the New Image really name is so important to you guys.
Yeah, of course. So with us, what sets us apart is that we provide quality patient care. We do not have long wait times. You could probably call right now, this minute, and they could get you in within the next 2 weeks, which is huge.
That's huge.
We like to say within 1 week's time, and 9 times out of 10, we could get you in same week or within 7 business days. But, things happen. We're busy, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Fortunately, but unfortunately, because we like to just be able to see everybody all the time. But
Might get busier now.
Yeah, Michonne will not like me if I have her there 14 hours a day.
No, and I also like the fact that you said, she takes the time. So you're not going to schedule you guys so deep in a day that she doesn't have the time to come in
Exactly.
and sit and talk and listen.
And that's not something that we do. We don't overbook. We don't overschedule. We won't lapse appointment times where there's 5 people stacked at 1 o'clock. It's not realistic. It doesn't make sense for the patient.
Yeah.
You are essentially paying to be there, so you deserve our time.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
It's a little different twist. Sometimes you feel like, the doctors are doing you a favor when you call, like, hey, I need an appointment. They're like, oh, really? Like, okay.
Yeah.
You're like, listen.
Yeah. And, one thing that I've noticed, which, we've all gone to the doctor, and I didn't ever think about it, is people are so afraid to cancel their appointments. They're
Yeah,
so
because you're never going to get back in.
That's what they say. They're like, please don't fire me. Please don't hold it against me. And our girls, they're so sweet. They're the sweetest. And they're just like, it's okay. Like, things happen. And I'm like, people are really afraid of that. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
It's no joke.
Yeah. Being an adult is hard, though. I don't like making my own appointments. I try to get my mom to do it. She tells me no, though.
Oh my God, that's so funny. My oldest daughter hates to do any talking on her own. She had to actually go to the doctors this week, and my middle daughter is like, how are you going to talk to the doctor? And she's like, don't worry, Mom's going with me.
Yeah, well, and that's one good thing though is Michonne doesn't make it awkward. Prior
Yeah.
to working there, I was like, I could never have a provider that I work with, like that's so uncomfortable. And I was like, okay, I'll just give her a try. And I was like, I love you more than I loved you before this, but now
Yeah.
I really love you. Like,
Well, and again, I feel like she's just that kind of personality.
She is.
You know, I've never walked into her anytime I've seen her and been like, oh, she's dreaded here to see me. Like, she's like, hey, you know, it's just like
Yeah.
you're having coffee with one of your friends.
exactly. And, she will always remember, to the best of her ability. We have a lot of patience, but she'll remember, that your kid's here and doing this. And
Yeah.
she's really personable, which makes a difference because
does.
you don't want to feel like you're taking up too much of their time, but sometimes you just need to have
Need
a
it.
conversation with your provider. And her MA star is also amazing. We have a couple different girls that help out, and we have Felicia and who does a lot of our billing, and she'll help out MA sometimes, and we have a great team. And Star will be your main MA, and she takes really good care of patients too. They're like the dream team.
That's
We've never
good.
seen two people work so well side by side together.
Well, you have a, office full of girls, so
Yeah, it always
it's
gets,
either really good or really bad.
it gets really spicy. I tell you what, like some days I'm like, I'm gonna go in my office and shut the door, but some days I'm like,
Hi, guys.
yeah. But it always does really well. She's always very inviting. She's a nice lady.
I love it. Well, congratulations also for all you guys do for the community.
Oh, thank you so much.
If anything that I always say about this community is that we always, really work together. I know the food bank stuff that have worked with really helped out when the power was out.
Yes.
A lot of that came from there. We were talking about earlier, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I promise it was totally unplanned. I did not go around cutting out pellets.
It happened.
Yeah, it did work out well, and I was super grateful. And I know that Grace Heck did a very large drive or, give out of food bags for the community of anybody that lost
Yeah.
their food, because some people were out of power for like 36 hours, 48 hours.
Yeah.
and
3
it was-
days, yeah.
Yeah, it was a lengthy amount of time. And so she, stepped up to the plate, worked side by side with some of the people that we had donated food to. So
That's
it was
very cool.
nice just because I never hoped that, but if there was ever a situation again where our hope is just to be able to help out wherever it's needed.
Yeah.
So it was great. I was super proud to be able to, for all the businesses that contributed, for Grace,
Yeah.
it was all around win, man.
It was all around win.
It was.
Well, I think, if anything else that comes out of today, that New Image is definitely a facility to call and get a hold of and
Yeah,
go,
definitely.
make your primary care physician. And there's lots of reasons why, as you've seen today. There's also things, as you learned today, that you can do even if you're not a patient for your heart and your lungs. So do not be afraid to give them a call.
Yeah.
At 928-299-2588.
Yep, that's us. Yeah, and then for the month of October, we're focusing on women's wellness. So give us
Nice.
a call. We're doing an all-around women exam, and it will go from the bottom floor up. So,
Very cool.
it's October is breast cancer awareness. So
Yep.
getting everything checked out is certainly beneficial, just because you never could be too sure.
You can never be too sure. I mean, that's one thing, in life.
Gotta
Definitely
stay
with
healthy,
having all the Facebook and Instagram, you see a lot more of what people are dealing with daily. So.
Absolutely. It's kind of shocking comparison how much you know about people now, and to 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you would never assume this person's going through that. And
Yeah.
you just never know. It doesn't matter how young you are. You always want to do preventive measures. You want to do self-exams. You want to take care of your body.
Goosebumps, I know.
It's
It is.
it's crazy to think, but it's real in men and women. And some people, that's always like a false narrative that breast cancer runs within women. No, men are just as, they are just
Likely.
as likely.
So, I've been big about self-care is kind of my motto this month. And I think there's not a better example you can't give your family and your children than to start your self-care with yourself, which
Absolutely.
means going to the doctor, which means getting your checkups, your mammograms. That teaches our young women and our sons that those things are very important.
Yeah, and it normalizes it. When you're growing up with girls, like little girls, you need to make sure to teach them that they need to do self-exams, and even for boys, but it also normalizes stigmas around it, that
Yeah.
it is important and it's normal, and taking care of yourself is vital.
Yeah. I was asked a question once, really like, what is your why in life? Or, what comes first, health, love, or money? And, first I was like, love, of course, like without love. And They're like, yeah, love's important, but without your health, without being able to be present, without being able to give 110% of yourself, every one of those other categories suffer.
Yeah.
So you cannot go wrong with making your appointments, doing your checkups, and making sure that you're always healthy enough to give back to your family everything that you can and to your employer, and start there.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You make me cry.
I know, I'm so
know.
sorry.
You're like living my life motto. I thought I was the one that worked for them. But yeah, absolutely. And whether, you're having a migraine and you need to come in and get drip therapy, or whether you feel like you want to lose some weight and be healthier for your family so you can be present and can be active with them and run and throw a football with them and go to their t-ball games and things of that sort without feeling exhausted, or just need to have someone to talk to because mentally you can't deal with life right now and you need someone to help you out, we are here.
Ooh, mentally,
It's
Good
an
stuff,
emotional,
good stuff.
emotional thing, but it's important. And
sometimes it's the things that we forget.
yeah. And one thing is too, is with people with like depression, they typically say the first thing that goes when you start having a depressive episode is your health.
Yeah.
Brushing your teeth, taking care of yourself, showering daily. No one cares if your dishes aren't done. We care that you're healthy, mind, body, and soul. And if we could help you get back to where you need to be and, get you taken care of and get you a drip so you feel rehydrated because you haven't drank water in 3 weeks, we'll do it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Give them a call, New Image. Self-care, turn the radio up, sing, roll the windows down, dance, take a walk, get a drip, whatever makes you feel good about yourself. Have a good day. Happy Thursday. Shop local, support local, and thanks for listening.
Thanks for coming, Tina.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.